Everyone, welcome back to the new video. And you can see today we are going to quickly discuss about the body cavity in the animal classification. Okay, we are going to discuss how useful is the study of nature of body cavity and coelom in animal classification. So let's start the video. So student, the study of the body cavity, that is also known as, the body cavity is also known as coelom. Okay, so it's highly significant, okay, in terms of classification of the animal, as it will provide insight into their structure, functional, and the evolutionary trait. Okay, we will try to understand how. Okay, so stay tuned. Okay, now let's have the detailed breakdown of its importance. So first of all, the fundamental role in the classification. Okay, so the presence and the absence or the type of body cavity is a primary criteria for grouping animal into major taxonomic categories. Okay, so based on the cavity, that is the coelom, animals, they are classified into three types, that is Acoelomates. Okay, this is the first one. The second one is the Pseudocoelomates. And then the true Coelomates. Okay, so the name itself indicates that Acoelomates, it will consist of the animal, okay, that is without the coelom. So there will be no cavity. Okay, example, earthworm. And pseudo means false. Okay, in some animal there will be a false cavity where the cavity is not completely lined by the mesoderm. So false cavity. So this kind of pseudocoelom is found in the roundworms. Okay, and if we talk about the coelomates, then these are the true animals that will have the true coelom, okay, or the true body cavity, which is completely lined by the mesodermal tissue. Okay, and this kind of species, they will include the, first of all, they will have the true cavity, and the annelids, mollusks, and the arthropods, as well as the vertebrates. Okay, so they will display the true body cavity. Okay, the distinction reflects the complexity of the organism, body structure, and the organ development. Okay, so second, let's talk about the insight into the evolutionary trait. Okay, the nature of the coelom. Okay, this will also indicate the evolutionary advancement of the organism. Okay, so let's talk about evolutionary relationship. Okay, so the nature of the coelom, it will indicate the evolutionary advancement of an organism. So the acoelomate, okay, they will represent the simple body. Okay, so the acoelomates, they will have a simple body structure, and their body, it will display limited organ differentiation. Okay, whereas the coelomates, okay, so they will have the more advanced, enabling okay, the development of the complex organ system like the circulatory and the digestive system. So the true coelomate, they will have the complex system like the circulatory and the digestive system. Okay. So by this way you can just get the hint about the evolutionary relationship. The third is the functional significance. Okay. So student, the coelom, it will play the key role in the physiology of animal also, that will influence the classification. Okay. So it serves as a space for organ development. Okay. Okay students, so the true coelomate, they will have the organs suspended within the cavity. Okay, this will allow the efficient functioning. Okay, the cavity, it will also act as a media for the circulation. So what will happen in coelomates, the fluid in the coelom, okay, it can serve as a transport medium also. Okay, for the transport of nutrient gases and the waste. Okay, the coelom will also provide the support and protection also. Okay. So the coelom will act as a cushion, okay, for the internal organ that will protect them from the mechanical shock. For instance, the arthropod, okay, the example is a cockroach. It will exhibit a higher level of structural substitution due to their well-defined body cavity. Okay. The fourth significance is the comparison with the developmental processes. Okay. So the student, the study of the body cavity formation during the embryonic development, it will add another layer to the classification. Okay. So based on this, the the coelomates, they will, the development will be split into further two types. That is the schizocoelous development and the antrocoelous development. Okay. So in the schizocoelous development, the body cavity will be formed by splitting of the mesodermal cells. Okay. So the body cavity is formed from mesoderm cells splitting. Okay. Whereas in the anterocoelous, the body cavity is formed by the outpocketing of the primitive gut. Okay. So the body cavity study, it will allow the comparison with the developmental process also. Okay. So understanding these mechanisms, student, highlights the differences in the development among the taxa that will further refine the classification. Okay. So you can understand it, okay, by taking the example of the earthworm and the flatworm. So I already told you, earthworm is a coelomate. Okay, it has a fully developed body cavity which will support its segmented body and complex digestive system. Whereas the flatworm, it will lack a body cavity and it's a acoelomate, okay, with organ embedded directly in the solid tissue. Okay, this will limit its structure and the functional complexity. Okay, so student, this comparison demonstrate the evolutionary and the structural implication of the body cavity. So if we want a conclusory note, then student, the nature of the body cavity and the coelom, okay, it's a cornerstone of the, we can say it's the cornerstone of animal classification. Okay, this will distinguish organism based on their structure, organization and the evolutionary advancement. And it also bridges the gap between the anatomical traits and the phylogenetic relationship, okay, offering a comprehensive understanding of the animal diversity. So this is all about the body cavity. Okay, Thank you for watching the video.